Good evening. Uh, I'm here to basically show how to attach a ALICE type rucksack to the airborne D1606 airborne assault frame while still being able to use MOLLE type shoulder straps. Now, your first step is this component here. This is how, typically this is sewn up at least 3 ways so it can't be physically removed. You have to cut the stitching, as you can see here. You have to cut the stitching so you can physically remove this, so you can get this. That is your first step. The second step is, if you look here, this is how the frame is typically set up. Now, as you see, the topmost set of straps here have been cut. This is to remove these D-rings so that, since you can't attach it to the frame here, typically they go in through these top holes. You can't put them in through the top holes because the pockets sit over the top of it. So you cut these off. Oops. You cut these off so that, but you cut them short enough where you can sew them back on if you want later. But basically, you get these so that they're not digging into your back. That's your second step. Now, here, boy, using my face on film, you take, and we have to kind of remember how to do this. You take this, you thread this like this. So it looks kind of like this. Then, what you do, you take this, loop it through here, and then you squeeze this around a bit. Loop it through here. Oops. And through here. Loop it back up through here. And that is your beginning of it. And then loop it down. Then you run this down through here. Then up a bit, back up. That. And down. The strap that I'm using here goes off a set of enhanced ALICE shoulder straps. And actually, I did this wrong. I made a mistake. what we should have done is this. And there's a method for this madness. You actually have to then put this back through this way. This helps keep it from shifting. Then you look at this other one here. And then loop it through here. Going down a little bit. Loop it through here. Loop it back out through here. And then loop it up this way and this way. And snug it down. This, look at this, look at that from the side. Up a little higher. This is what you have here. Now, you want to make certain one thing. You want to make certain this is more centered. You don't want any stresses. You want to get this pulled a little more forward so that it more evenly distributes the weight onto the frame. There. And that is ready. This is how you put the strap on. This is the critical part. This is where your shoulder straps are on. And as you can see, it's pretty much identical to the other one. And you just take this around a little bit. Now, that's that step. Typically, I'm going to be able to try. A couple items here. Namely, you got to grab this. These are the straps that attach here. This is, and let's see if I can find the other one. Almost afraid I misplaced it. Oh well. No, I didn't misplace it. I just didn't take it off. Now, let's take a look how we did this. The outside, in this case, going here, right here. The fun. Looks like fun, doesn't it? And we basically run this through here. Hoping I'm doing this right. This is one part of setting up a mountain MOLLE that I never really got to think of. And unfortunately, yeah. Got this like this. this to kind of be like this. And you can just thread this in like this. This is the part that if you're familiar with working with a MOLLE, you shouldn't be a problem. Okay, that part's done. Now we get on to the part of attaching the shoulder straps. Sounds like fun, right? You make certain our shoulder mounts are secure, they're in position. I have a spreadsheet for this, or I should say PowerPoint. Now, this goes like this. Now you understand why I cut those straps. We're talking some pain central type stuff. Actually, in retrospect, there may be a way of using these straps. And this is something I'm going to, as you see here, no, actually we can't, because it has to slide over. So these are pretty much not used for anything. These will be used later. But the bottom ones, these bottom ones here are still useful. Put them into holes, like so. Put the strap through the rubber strap through the hole, and then we have to swing this around. And voila, that's the first one. Repeat the same process with the other one. I may be doing this wrong, but and in my infinite genius, I took and cut this one, so it made things a little problematic. But hey, live and learn. Take again, run this through, strap it down, loosen this up a little bit because we want to make certain that we have everything nice and centered. Here, here. So the lower part of the shoulder straps are attached. You can see, as you can see, we've attached the lower part of the straps. They're ready to go. This, you go down, if we lean down a little bit, here's the bottom part. This one, this is standard MOLLE. Down, and then back up. One of the advantages of this setup is you definitely are going to have a lot more padding around your shoulders because you're going to have the padding of both the MOLLE straps and the ALICE on your shoulders. Put that down, snug it, you're good. Now, you might want to loosen this just a tad. Not too loose, but loose a little loose. So we got a little play here. We have these. Next step, the fun part. Up, in, down. Now I'm going to warn you, I am a MOLLE neophyte. I never served. But I'm something of a tinkerer, so as you can see here. And we're all together. Lock these down, like so. Oops. I know this is probably not one of the best videos you've ever seen. Please bear with me. Now, we got the shoulder straps mostly put on as this. One thing you're going to notice is I've added a couple of tri-glides. The idea is these will loop up. Oops. Let's get it back in here. It does not help. As you can see, yeah, a little low. We have these tri-glides here. Now, the tri-glides work in conjunction with these ladder locks from the original straps. These are put on after we put the sack on. Now, we're going to hold off on the sack, and we're going to get to the secret sauce, as I call it. One of the problems, as you can see, if you take a look at this frame, is it's curved. Unfortunately, ALICE was designed for a straight back. This creates a problem. Well, I came up with a solution. It's called an OtterBox. In this case, this is an OtterBox 3250, in which I've taken two pieces of neoprene, or I should say insulite foam, and put them on both sides after trimming them. This does two things. One, it helps hold it in place, and at the same time, keeps it from bouncing around. Now, let's see what we can do here. Now comes the fun part. First, I have to adjust the zoom here so you can see what the hell I'm doing. Now, we have a set of ladder locks, a couple of ladder lock base straps here and here. We put this here, as you can see. And the idea is, now granted, this is probably a little bit large, a little bit deep, but one of the big advantages of this is it'll allow you to put items that it'll make use of the space. It's not perfect, but it'll allow you to make use of the space that would otherwise go to waste. And that is one of the big problems we have, is the space on this thing would go to waste typically because of because of this curvature. So the idea is this allows us to reclaim some space and actually hopefully get a little extra. Now, the first step, once we put the box against there, is mount the first line. Turn it around, go up a little bit and down. Get just brightness on this. Control, advanced settings. I need to brighten this up. Brightness. That helps. At the same time, let's add a little contrast and close. Yes. This here, we are putting these here. And as you can see, we're basically setting this thing up to be a setup for. The big thing this can be used for is important papers, like your passport, for example. Passports, birth certificate, as well as other items like spare parts. Any currency, spare parts, currency, you get the idea. Now, we then take and we wrap this here. In this case, I'm going to put this down here so you can see what we're doing. We wrap this down here. We use this little doohickey here, which is designed to allow us to quote unquote control our cordage. Now, we have this. We have this. Nice thing about the way this is using a ladder lock is that Mr. Ladder Lock makes it also keeps pull this back a bit so you can hopefully pull the ladder lock back a bit. This ladder lock back a little bit away from the latch. And then run that down. Snug it. The advantage of this is this will hopefully prevent. This spreads the load a bit, but at the same time, it also helps spread the load, etc. Provides space for this to stay put, and that's one of the big things right there. Again, repeat the process, bring this back, put this in here, insert this in place, and this down. And the big advantage of this, ladies and gentlemen, is very straightforward. Now, we probably want to move this over just a tad so that we have better coverage of these. We put this here, so that it's, grabbing the wrong part again. Like this. Okay. Get this into this groove. Make sure it stays put. Same time, we want to pull this back a little bit. Now, as I said, the big advantage of this setup is this box would be used first for items that are important. You don't want to lose them, but it's not, you don't have to have immediate. There's stuff that you don't have to have immediate access to. At this point, you're wanting to try to tighten this down as much as possible. Trying to tighten this thing down as much as you can, so it doesn't shift around. Not having too much left of this, but yeah. Oh well. Can't have everything. Now, one of the things I came up with was the idea that we need to take and basically make certain that we don't have a, set it up so that we can quote unquote keep from making a fairly straight back on the back of it so it doesn't bulge out too much. The solution was to use cords like this. This up. Camera. Fortunately, the camera can be manipulated further electronically. And zoom in a bit. As you can tell, this is my first movie. Now, feed this in. Here, gruesome, good beast. Good monster. Now, in this case, you run this down like this. And the idea is you then run this through here, which will hopefully add a little stability, and as well as a little extra quote-unquote tension. And one of the things you're going to want to do is probably you want to roll this up. Actually, this is a very good point. I'm glad that we've gotten to this point because this is something that should be addressed. One of the things you want to do is you want to minimize stuff flopping around. How do you do it? This, as they would say, is a job for ranger bands. If I can find the right ones. A couple of small ranger. You use a couple of these. Use a couple of these small ranger bands. That might actually solve some of these headaches. Just in case. So what we do is we loosen this up. Because the idea is we want to take and just thread these here. No, actually, that might not be a good idea either. Oh well. As I said, this is something of a work in progress, but this is what I've got so far. Maybe it'll give you guys some ideas. Improve the breed, as it were. So, you got this set up, you got this set up. Now, whew. So, you got this looped up here. First, you want to take and roll this up. And the idea is, actually, yeah, this is where maybe the RVs do come in handy. Just doing it a little different. Taking slide a ranger band on there. And then as you slide this thing up, this will hopefully hold it in place. And try the extra protection. Then you thread Mr. Happy here on. These are, I think, Swedish type straps. They're NATO compatible, so, but I think they're Swiss or Swedish. And snug that down. And this helps create something of a backing. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to do something. The word duh. Okay. Can you tell I'm tired? Okay. We forgot one very important thing. We forgot to run it through here. That's why we have those rings for. Now, you then take, wrap this up so it's under here. You take the ranger band, and use it to slide up over here. And the idea is just to keep it from flopping out to the side, up the sides. Slide it here. Hook up Mr. Happy. Now granted, the ranger band is not perfect. This is not a perfect system, but it will, I'm hoping this will provide at least, and yeah, and lo and behold, you've got we're hooked up. Now it's not perfect because this is not sinking up here, it's at a slight angle, so, but the idea is only thing I can think of is a little duct tape to hold it in place, but it works. Or it sort of works. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. Again, down, run that down the back. You gotta make one thing, you gotta be careful not to twist this thing around because it could be a real pain. Later on, I may have a strap in between here to help stabilize them this way, but right now, it's not that big a deal. It's not considered that big an issue. Again, wrap this up. Stuff it in the band, basically converting the pigs in a blanket, as it were, in this case, wedding in a blanket. Up, down, a little bit, and click, comes in too easy, you can tighten a little bit, there. These two, Daddy York. Unfortunately, this is one of the problems we're going to have, is because these are sliding around. You slide around. You're going to have things sliding around. Now, this is the end result. That's the end result. Now, the last step, or next to the last step anyway, putting the rucksack on. This is where it gets interesting. This is where the fun begins. We first zoom out. You have, this is an ALICE LC2 large ruck. This is our frame. Say bye-bye to the outer box. You just take, slide this in here, slide this in here. Yeah. Now it doesn't help when you get stuff on attached. It's good. Not easy to use. Toss that off. Makes it a little easier when there's nothing on it. Also, when I don't have stage fright. I continue stage fright. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little chatty. Now, get this. See this? Hello. They're back. They're right here. All you do, shoulder strap. Shoulder strap 1. Then you run it. Then you run it through. I'm trying to do this. You run it through this tri-glide. The idea behind the second, as I was mentioning earlier, the idea behind the tri-glide is to add additional friction so that the unit will stay in place. It won't work itself loose, likely to work itself as loose as quickly. Kind of like adding a second nut on a bolt. Keep that. Got that? And crank this thing down as much. In this case, that's a little too much. You want it to be tight, not pulling out. Got that? Then you just snug that down. You're all set. First one down. Second tri-glide. Again. Now, we do have an issue here with these. And I'm trying to figure a way of doing it. If you got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Originally, I was thinking of just using ALICE clips, but I found those didn't work too well. So these are here. Ideally, you want to have a couple of loops here and a loop here so that you then just hook it up. Instead, what I've done is use these. And the idea is that hopefully it'll help stabilize the pack enough to keep it from doing anything weird. Probably want to take and go a little further back with this, just to keep from, you don't have something poking you. You don't have a pin poking you. And this is what we have so far. Now, further stabilization. Basically, you have a pair of straps, basically 1-foot straps, with a tri-glide on the end. The idea, friction. You got this point here. You basically feed it in like this. Yeah, feed it in like this. This works. It works as good as any other way. And then just feed it in through here. And it's going to be a little bit of a pain with this hook, but Velcro hook, but can't hit everything, right? Right. Then you just take this, give yourself a little space to work, and we just realized we made a mistake. It has to be the other way around. Oh yes. Okay. I just came up with this process, so unfortunately it's not like I'm doing this as a PowerPoint. I actually did this as a PowerPoint, but like YouTube doesn't take PowerPoints, so this, as I said, is not a perfect system, but I believe this will suffice. This should do the job. Gives you all the advantages of both ALICE and MOLLE. Now, you get this like this. Oops. You got this. It's hooked up like this. As you can, I'm sorry you didn't see it. It's not, but hey, just put the tri-glide inside the pocket here, and you just repeat the process on the other side. We repeat the process on the other side, hopefully, with a little better success. In recording it. We'll just blast through this. This is a sometimes you may want to have a pair of pliers handy. And then just again this. And the thing is, you don't want to cramp this down too tight because right now this thing's empty. So you're going to have a little space to work with. You need a little room so that it will expand. And again, just swing it around so it goes inside the loop here. And this helps keep things somewhat stable. Should keep things somewhat stable, and it's nice and happy. Then the last stage is attaching these bottom straps. The bottom straps attach these topmost straps here. Originally I was going to have it go through the outer box, but I figured that it was taking up too much internal volume. Here's your Legacy Tri-Glide. I have some plans for a update in the works, but I have to find the materials and that, make it and set it up. Basically set it up so it's quick release. Yet it'll have enough strength to hold the pack together. You don't want this too tight because you want this to be able to hold and you don't want to lose too much internal volume. That's about as far as you want to go. Now, unfortunately, this version of the outer box is maybe a little large, but it's all we could really pull off. Actually, yeah. I think let's take a look at the other side. It'd be funny if I zoom this one way. May have a little extra wiggle room. Which is nice. Don't want too how about that? Now, so let's check this other side. Yeah, we did it right. So yeah, it's not right. And the unit is hereby assembled. Ready for adjustment and final assembly. Ready for adjustment and final assembly. Here, oops, see underneath here. And here. We're all set. Thank you for watching and bearing with me. Have a good night.